Let's go.
That's my baby. That's my baby.
We're going at it at 110%.
I just want 5 minutes of happiness, please. Just give me 5 minutes.
And they scored. They did it.
Left, beat left.
What the hell was that? Oh, yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Hey, what's up, everybody? Kicking it stateside back again. September 2nd. Wow, I almost said August there for a minute. We are in September now. We are rocking and rolling. Obviously, like we mentioned, Tuesday, we got the Redemption Tour starting tonight. U.S. men's national team versus El Salvador, 10 o'clock Eastern time. I believe it's on Paramount Plus or CBS Sports Network for some whatever reason. Why? So get
somehow I have it. I'm so happy. I was really pissed off when I saw it was on Paramount Plus, but I was gonna have to get it. And then I started flipping through my cable channels, and I saw that Jamaica, Mexico was gonna get better billing in the U.S. market than our own game, and somehow my channel 215 out in lovely Hamilton, New Jersey, is CBS Sports, and I do have it, even though I have a light cable package. So thank God.
Amazing.
I escaped the Paramount streaming.
Well, I mean, if you want to do Paramount Plus, they are the ones, I believe, that show the Champions League games coming up as well. So
yeah,
if you're interested in that, you might as well just get it.
Well, we've talked about it, and as you can see, it's fallen way down in.
Oh, you're not even in the screen.
It's not even. It's tucked back here and backwards. So I don't. I mean, Bayern. I'm gonna want to watch them in Champions League. Maybe as they progress, but early on, I'll save my money. I guess at some point I'll probably have to suck it up and do it, or find a place I can go to watch it.
Yeah, but hopefully, yeah, it's. These damn packages, they're just making you pay more and more for some of this shit. It's ridiculous, but yeah. I digress. We are in an international break. If you missed a show on Tuesday, we kind of spent looking at the roster that Greg Berhalter, the U.S. men's national team, kind of set up for this September run in these 3 games to open up World Cup qualifying. And this is the moment we've been waiting for. This is the redemption that we needed to have. The road to Qatar starts tonight, 10 o'clock, like we said, and it's huge. I mean, it doesn't matter who you start with. You got El Salvador tonight on the road. It's Concacaf, though. So the region that we play in is Concacaf, obviously included with the North American teams. You also have the Central American teams that get to be involved. And like we said on Tuesday, we have El Salvador tonight, we have Canada on Sunday, and then we have Honduras, correct? That next one?
Yes.
So Honduras, yes. I believe that's Wednesday, I want to say.
Wednesday or Thursday. I think it's Thursday.
Thursday. So
I feel like it was, I feel like it's a 10-day stretch. No, it's Wednesday. You're right.
Wednesday. So it's a good stretch here and a good 3 games to open up for. Again, we're rocking and rolling, not just in CONCACAF. We're rocking and rolling in UEFA. We got the African World Cup qualifying going on as well.
Asia, everywhere.
Everyone's rocking and rolling. Obviously, I saw that the UEFA side of things, they are about 4 and 5 games into theirs because they have to play a little bit more. And also, they have that playoff as well. So they had to start a little bit early because I think we should know the group winners of that in November. And then they will have the playoff for that up until I think like June. And hopefully we'll have the draw for the World Cup in, I believe, July sometime. So it's going to be a busy year for international play. Again, that kind of rolls into our poll question. If you missed it yesterday, the GOAT was the GOAT. He misses a PK early, Ronaldo, but he again just finds a way to win. They beat the Irish. Unfortunately, it looked good there for Ireland. I thought they were going to do it.
The Irish curse, man.
They just can't get it done, and Portugal wins 2-1. And Ronaldo, he breaks that goal scoring record. I think it's 111.
Well, yeah, because he got not only did he get the equalizer, but he got the game winner. The equalizer, he was tied at 109. The record was 109. He had sat level at 109 since Euros. And yeah, he got the equalizer was the record breaker. And now he's just going to continue to tack on until he retires from international play. So to that, I would answer, I agree to it will never be broken, because I think he's going to add, the way he looks and the way it looks like he's going to play, he's definitely going to play in the next World Cup, and he's probably not retiring from international play after that, unless somehow Portugal maybe wins it. Maybe he goes out on top from international play, but even knowing him, probably not. Like, do you see that, man? Like,
yeah.
like if anybody, please go back. If you missed it, go back and watch it. That's why we call him the GOAT. He is just in phenomenal shape, phenomenal form, and Premier League, get ready, because he seems like a man on a mission, 36 years old, and the poor Irish, really struggling to find points. Like Adam said, we're 3-4 games, sometimes 5 games into this already for some of these European teams, and they had not been faring well. They led this game out on some pure luck. I mean, there were some sitters that were missed. There was a Ronaldo PK that was saved, some other good saves by the young Irish goalie. They hung in as long as they could, and then 2 just ridiculous headers from the man, the myth, the legend, within a 5-minute span. And Irish looks like they're not going to qualify for another World Cup, unfortunately. And Portugal leads the group as expected, and should be fine.
Yeah, and I mean, does he have another go round after? Do you see him playing in the 2026 World Cup, Ronaldo?
Probably, because it's going to be in America. And it won't, he could be he might not be the starting striker. It might be João Felix's job by then. But you're not going to tell me there's 22 other guys that you'd rather have than a 40-year-old Ronaldo if he stays in shape and form. Because this deal with United is 2 years with a third-year option. Mm-hmm. So that'll take us 3 years, and now you got basically 1 more year after that. He's going to probably continue on. He's probably going to he might end up playing here at 40 in this country. So then he's got to play for Portugal when the World Cup comes. And then that's it. And then you're just done.
That would be a good swan song. I think he'd be 40 at that point. So
yeah,
but last go around with Portugal. I mean, you never know. With the way, kind of what Jake said. You want to be built like that. Yeah. I mean, look at the man. He's 30-some years old, and he's got like a 12-pack going on there. Yeah, just he's insane. But he is. He's the best, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's playing at 40. For the national team. Maybe not being that key piece that he once was, but I'm sure he'll have some part of that. And it's only going to go up, like you said. From international call-ups, friendlies to whatever, it's going to be a tough go-round for someone to break that record.
Yeah.
Because you would have to play, 18 years, possibly more international ball to actually do that. And not many people can do that. And not many people say they can do that.
And it's not even just the time, but scoring at the clips that he scored at in that amount of time. Like that's the ultimate combo. So now not only do you have to get the longevity, there's guys that might play 18 years of international ball, but they're not big time scorers like that. They might be assist guys, they might be defenders, they might be goalkeepers. Right. But to do it at that level as a striker is just, and yeah, I mean, he's on that next level athlete. Just unbelievable the way he takes care of himself.
Again, great segue. I mean, he's like Tom Brady. These guys take care of their bodies, and it goes to show what that can do for you playing into your 40s and still at a high level. it goes hand in hand.
Well, I'm glad that you say that, because we might as well get it out of the way now and give the love to our sponsors, because that's basically what most of our sponsors here on A2D are all about.
True.
Is taking care of your body. And we've said it once and we've said it again, inside, outside, all around. So first, start with the outside, our newest and really good sponsor in Manscaped. We've preached about it. That's the way to take care of yourself. Not a hair on that man Ronaldo's body when he ripped that shirt off on that second goal. We discussed it. He may be beyond manscaping with the millions and billions of dollars he has, but for everybody else, take care of yourself the right way. Use promo code A2D. Get the 20% off. Get the free shipping. That's the way to do it.
Yeah, it's he's gone from manscaping to man waxing.
Yeah, I think he just sits into some machine and just comes out perfect. Like, he's probably in one of those TO hyperbaric chambers, and
he's probably been waxed for so long, like hair doesn't even grow back.
Yeah, well, he's Portuguese too, so he might never even had hair to begin with.
Maybe.
Just, yeah.
Never know. We might never know.
Yeah.
Dan, I know you hate the ads.
Thank you, Joey. We try to pride ourselves, since we've gotten into this, as Segway kings. So
we've been pretty good at it ever since the start, I gotta say.
Yeah, and all even
back like 2 years ago when we first started this damn thing, we always had the. It was like, oh, actually, great segue, and it's not always us. It could be some. It's been fans before that just
Joey noticed
something and said, "Hey, good point. Speaking of that, blank, blank, blank."
Yeah.
So,
well, and to take care of the rest of your body, obviously, show sponsor, Dr. Paul Vidal, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. That's super important. You don't become Cristiano Ronaldo without getting therapy and recovery and all those things. So go see the good doctor. Number one in South Jersey, number one in our hearts. A2D's doctor. Burlington, Cherry Hill.
Number one in our hearts and number one in South Jersey.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And also, can't forget, I know we were talking about it last night as well, off air. Seen a little bit more signups, at least from our side of things, and some of our fans as well. And that's good that people are jumping on the train. We've been, pushing these A2D memberships, the $9.99 a month. Lord Walker, our wonderful Liverpool resident fan and great friend of the program, said, hey, you know what? I saw one of your guys. I saw Julio. Shout out Julio for signing up.
Striker of the Las Vegas Legends.
Not a big deal.
Amateur soccer team over in Vegas. They've been doing their thing. So thank you, Julio. Yeah. He's a big fan of the show. He actually found us because he was an Eagles fan living out in Vegas. And during one of the big Eagles. Yeah, I think it was I forget which draft it was. It may have been the Jalen Hurts draft, and that rant after by the boys is what got him, and then he just happened to find us. So
it's amazing how that happens in technology. So yeah, it's Julio's been a good fan of ours for a while. We had him on a while ago, it seems like. Yeah, we'll get him on again now. He's got the membership, so he's in. Yeah, and you get the cool little symbol next to your name that's like a big status thing. Like, hey, like I'm a pretty big deal on this A2D site. So yeah, you get appearances on the show, member only streams, shout outs. And I heard last night on the Wednesday, the Fix show, that there's going to be a specific roundup, like a table kind of round table type between just the fans, so they can talk shit and banter amongst themselves. So I think that's a pretty cool perk to,
that could get super interesting.
Yeah, especially American football season right around the corner. It's beautiful. It's an easy thing. But yeah, say hellos to everybody. Dan, what's going on?
Yeah,
that Israel, good stuff there for them.
Hey, yeah, and we'll run down super quick. I mean, we're not going to get into like details of those games, but I'll let you know some scores of who won yesterday and what's coming up today in Europe. And then, as Dan said as well, his Canadian boys do play tonight, just like we do. There's 4 games tonight in Concacaf, so we'll talk about all 4 of those at some point a little bit coming up in the show here.
Jake said he does agree to the poll. Of course, he's a United guy. He's got to rock with his boy now.
Wilson, what's up, brother? How are you, man?
Thank
Willie
you
for joining us.
Speaking of getting some good picks sent in, if you got any hot takes.
Yeah, the Willie Vegas picks coming up.
Mm-hmm.
College football started already. It's crazy.
I know. Not ready. Yes, Canada will win. Who's Canada have today? I didn't even
Chucks, what's up, brother? What's up? Canada has Honduras.
Okay, that makes sense.
Let's see.
Joe, what's going on? Chucks, how you doing, brother?
Yeah, Canada,
Canada, Honduras, and then we kind of flip-flop those?
Yeah, and then Panama, Costa Rica, and Mexico, Jamaica also tonight. Mexico, Jamaica we're on at the exact same time. Obviously, the goal is we have that nice 3-0 halftime lead and then flip over to Mexico, Jamaica.
Yeah, tough one for Jamaica. First game in the Azteca.
Yeah, I'm excited to see these lineups come out though.
Yeah,
later.
I mean, again, speaking of that, our YouTube poll question was, with Christian Pulisic being left out of the travel to El Salvador, he tested positive while he was with Chelsea, held him out 10-day. Doesn't make sense to, pretty much, tire him out that way. Just getting back, trying to get his fitness up. So he stayed behind in Nashville. Not a huge deal, like we said. You feel like you can get by, hopefully, an El Salvador team without Pulisic. And also, Zack Steffen did not make the trip. He's nursing a little bit of I think it was a hamstring or something, some muscle strain that he had. So he'll stay behind. And yeah, and again, well, I don't know. But
no, I had a quote unquote hot take. It was kind of tongue in cheek, but probably not. The more you think about it, is what's the chances of Manchester City and Chelsea both saying, "Hey, Team USA, you got a trip to El Salvador coming up. Why don't we fund that trip for you guys and just leave our boys home? We'll make sure all your accommodations are taken care of. You guys will stay in the best hotel in El Salvador." Just you can get by these guys without our guys. Why don't you just keep them back at the old nest there?
I mean, I think you'd have to be pretty naive if you would think that Man City and Chelsea did not give Greg Berhalter and Ernie Stewart, the president of U.S. Soccer, a little buzz and say, "Hey, these guys are just kind of working their way back to fitness. Let's not."
Yeah, why don't you save them for Canada?
Yeah,
save them for Canada.
The plane trip from Europe, then the plane to El Salvador. Let's keep them in Nashville, work them, get them up to fitness, and save them for that Canada game Sunday. Not a huge deal. So again, Matt Turner will be in net tonight. That was already announced. Matt Turner, which again I think might have came into play. You got Zack Steffen, who doesn't play for Man City. Yeah. They just started their season. Matt Turner's been in season for 4 months now, so you might as well ride a guy that at least is, fit and ready to go and has 18 to 20 games under his belt, rather than a guy coming in very cold. So
absolutely,
that might factor into it as well.
Not only the run at Gold Cup, but the actual MLS season on top of that. He's been Player of the Week at least once, from what I've seen in the Eastern Conference. So in that stretch. Ride the hot hand. Like you said, leave the guy who hasn't played back still, let him train. Maybe even he doesn't come in for Canada. I expect to see Pulisic in the starting lineup against Canada. I wouldn't be surprised if Matt Turner was still the goalkeeper. But we also talked about 2 opportunities for guys, and you said on Tuesday it's 8-0 in the last 2 13-1 if you want to go all the way back to 2013 in the last 3 meaningful games between us and El Salvador. We got guys like Conrad who need caps. We got guys like Pepe who need caps. This is going to be a great opportunity to do that, get 3 points, and get ready for Canada and have some guys fresh and ready in Nashville.
Yeah.
So.
And again, to play the devil's advocate, you don't want to take any teams lightly because that could punish you. But I think this team itself is a lot deeper than teams of the past. So I think you can roll out there. Even Aronson, you figure Aronson or Conrad will probably start on that left wing unless they change it up for me.
I would hope Aronson at least starts because we talk about being in form again. He's in form. He's had two.
Conrad's had a great
huge
start
Champion
to
League goals.
Too. He's got 2 assists in 3 games or so. So
he has. I wouldn't be surprised if you start him on the left and Aronson on the right, and either Sargent or Sabatu up at striker. I don't even think you need to start Gio Reyna. I think you leave Gio Reyna on the bench as a just in case.
Well, super break glass.
Yeah, exactly. Other than that, there's even no need to play him. You can include him in the side, but you keep him there for that. I would probably look at like Adams, Acosta, personally. Maybe even you'll probably see Leggett. The reality is you're most likely against El Salvador going to see Leggett in the starting roster because, again, in-game form, MLS season, recent success in the Gold Cup. There's no reason why you don't. This is the Tinker game. This is your one game. Even though on the road and you don't want to underestimate anybody, I get it, but they haven't beat us in. I don't even know. I'd have to actually look up, but you can go all the way back to 2009 to where I see they still haven't beat us. So it's been over 12 years at least. I'm sure it's longer than that. I don't think we need to worry with all the other firepower that we have. We can definitely rotate on this game.
Yeah, I think it's one of those where we might, when we see the lineups come out, I think some of it will be like, oh, that's quite an interesting lineup to roll out there. Because there's going to be a couple surprises, when you say legit, it's like, I wouldn't, that could be a little shocker to some people, him throwing him out there and, again, trying to tinker with his back line, who he thinks is going to be, or do you save John Brooks? How many people are you trying to rest up?
Right.
Or roll the dice with a certain lineup and not get burned?
Yeah, does Tim Ream start today because Fulham's been playing and they've been playing well? Do you see Ream and Robinson on the left? And I don't know if you go Dest in this game still. Do you go full back? I don't think you can go full backup. You can't go full backup. You can't roll in you think you're just going to be Big D swinging and you can put any lineup you want out there. You got to bring some chemistry and some firepower.
Yeah, I agree. I saw some outlandish lineups. One U.S. pretty much specific Twitter page had a lineup that they projected, and they had George Bello starting, and
you might. He started him in the final.
It was a very interesting rotated squad, I guess you could say.
He started Vines every game of that Gold Cup and then started George Bello in the final. So you can't it's trying to sit here and predict what we're going to see out of that man's 11 tonight against El Salvador is I think we're just going to drive ourselves absolutely bonkers because something's going to happen.
Sand starting as well, so it was
honestly, the two things I wouldn't want to see tonight is Sand starting in any position, and I was going to say Areola, but I don't have to worry about that because he didn't make the roster. True. So thank God.
All Areola slander.
I'm still just waiting for that official retirement from U.S. men's national team play going out. Gold Cup captain was perfect. Just do it. Hang him up.
He's not ready yet, but it's going to be interesting. I don't know. It's again, it's one of those lineups you can tinker and you can roll the dice if you really wanted to. and you might not, and you have those guys, and break glass in case of emergency guys if on bench if you go that route. So if you get, and again, this would be a monumental just like collapse if we somehow were in a barn burner with El Salvador, though. Let's be real.
Yeah, even Dan, the most U.S. hater, will tell you U.S. will be a cakewalk. Oh, I'm sorry, I read that. Oh, sorry, I read Canada, that. I thought he said we'd had a cakewalk tonight. Yeah, whatever.
Still not convinced. I still can't wait for that. I'm not looking ahead, and neither should the players, though. They shouldn't look ahead to El Salvador. They shouldn't look ahead to Canada on Sunday.
No,
just focus on tonight and getting the job done, because you don't want to start off with us being like 1-1 or 2-1 or 1-0.
No, this needs
being like, oh God, not again. We're going to be doing this.
If you're not leaving today with a positive 3 goals, no matter how you slice it, I don't care if it's 5. Well, I do care if it was 5-2 versus 3-0. That would tell me different things. But for the most part, like, you got to get out of here positive 3 and 3 points.
You have to.
Yeah. Yeah,
he did.
You got me. I was like half reading it and listening to Adam. I thought you actually said something good about the United States. I should have known better. But we do have a U.S. supporter, it looks like. Another new thank you. Absolutely.
So.
Let's go. Win tonight. And I'll be hopping on one of our little sites and ordering one of the U.S. kits, one of the older ones. Get that going.
I know. I do have a jersey, but it's Michael Bradley, so I'm not going to put that bad juju on us.
Well, that's why this is up right now and not on, because the chance of me getting through this entire day till 10 p.m. without spilling on myself was almost impossible. So that'll go on about 9:50 this evening as I sit down to watch the game.
Smart.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Concacaf's not the only one region that got going. Obviously, like Dan said, and we said that, Portugal with a great come-from-behind win against Ireland, that leads Group A, which is Portugal, Serbia, at the top of that. And, I mean, you're seeing some of these already, like we said, 3, 4, 5 games into qualifying, and you're starting to just see it separate itself of who would probably move on.
And Dan's Israeli boys are in that conversation, which is awesome. When that group came out, you thought they would have an opportunity, but Austria is usually pretty competitive, and then Scotland you figure would be in the mix there, but they're doing their thing right now. They sit in second behind a really solid Denmark team. So that would be a big win for them to qualify.
Yeah, how about Israel just sitting pretty +5? Austria, same level on points with 7, but an even goal differential. And then Scotland just has been underperforming.
Yeah.
With a roster that's, you see a lot of guys that have played now, even in the Prem, you got Johnny McGinn and McTominay. I think he didn't even make the squad this go around, which is crazy. But it's underperforming Scotland. Leaves the door open for whoever wants to finish second and get into that playoff. And Austria as well, really underperforming.
Yeah, and I was going to mention that just so people are aware. So how the group play works here is first is qualifies for the World Cup. You win your group, you qualify for the World Cup. Second place in your group then enters the playoffs for the remaining teams. And pretty much everybody else kicks rocks, right? To my understanding.
Yeah, it used to be
top
you're 2.
And then a third, and then some third place teams got.
And then like the top 6 third place teams go to a playoff, I believe.
Yeah.
How it used
Which
to be.
Which I think it'll change again once we go to the expansion in 2026, because I believe the World Cup is expanding then. But for now, that's the format, and like other teams too on the bubble. My Germans, the Germany right now is sitting in their third place in their group with losing that game back in, I think it was March or May, to Northern Macedonia. Talk about some of these lows now for this German football team. Armenia and Northern Macedonia right now are leading the group. Now they're both at 6 points. There's time. They do have time to get it together, but like they need to figure it out. Iceland's struggling. I think that kind of run is over.
Probably.
For Iceland, it was a nice little thing. But a good team like Poland also. There's group play today. England plays Hungary. England's going full balls to the wall starting roster against Hungary today, I noticed. But Poland's their backs are up against it in their group. They need to get going. They got Albania and Hungary sitting above them with England up at the top. So
it's one of those years, I think, because of, with the cancellation or the postponement of the Euros last summer to this summer, you were basically running the World Cup qualifying into Euros as well. So I think you're going to see a lot of tired guys on some of these bigger teams because they played so many games. And I think you're going to see a couple of smaller countries sneak in. Like you were saying, granted, it's only 3 games in. I think there's 12 games in the group stage I was looking up.
Yeah, because there's 6. Each group has 6 teams, and you got to play everybody twice. So
right.
And there is a ways to go, but some of these teams, we've talked about this all the time, you kind of don't get your butt in gear and you drop points here, you drop points there, and next thing you know, you're behind some teams that are super hungry, like you said, that have guys that aren't playing 3 times a week on their club level and things like that they might sneak one by you.
Yeah, and you're also seeing the development of a lot of guys from different different countries, smaller countries, just developing at a rapid rate. You're seeing, I know Armenia has, Mkhitaryan. And you're seeing some of these guys make a one-time switches too.
Yeah. A lot of guys are taking advantage of that now. It's definitely changed along those levels because the way the world is too, and a lot of these guys have dual nationalities because of their parents or where they grew up playing club ball, and they're able to have that. A lot of the German team was that way because guys got into the Bundesliga at 15, 16 years old, and they lived there so long that they're able to have dual citizenship.
Yep.
It's interesting. I mean, you get your boy Haaland did everything he could yesterday, but unfortunately they gave up that late goal and didn't get to 3. But they're still in the running. Their group is super tight right now, with Turkey leading at 8 points, Netherlands with 7, Norway with 7, and Montenegro with 7. So there's going to be opportunities there for.
It's especially tough when these like smaller countries and teams that might not always perform well are actually starting out extremely well and making it harder for the big, countries, the more countries that have, the history of success, like Turkey. They're sitting on top of the group with 8 already through 4 games. And you got Montenegro actually playing well and Norway all playing well. And then you still have to consider the Netherlands to be, a top side, even though they missed out on the last World Cup. You would think they want a redemption to get back.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, did you see that clip of Van Dijk getting interviewed yesterday after the match, and some kid came up and asked for his picture, and Van Dijk's like, no. He pushed him out of the way.
Oh man.
Yeah, it wasn't a kid. It was definitely a probably late 20s
young adult
guy.
Yeah.
He's like, no. He mushed him.
Dutch fan or Liverpool fan?
I don't know. Who knows?
Bad luck, Lord Walker. Bad luck. No.
Bad luck for your star player, your leader. Yeah. But yeah, Israel, Austria. That's a huge game, Dan.
Yeah. And let me correct myself. I did misspeak. Not some groups do have 5. I don't know exactly probably how they came to, probably based off of world rankings and things along those lines, how they determined who got 5 and who got 6. But some of the groups.
That's probably why you're playing 6. Or yeah.
Yeah, groups A through E. A through E have 5, and then groups F through J have 6. So it's deep. It's a super, super, super deep field.
And the games are going to come fast and furious now because you have to get in all these games before November. So you're seeing it with Concacaf. You're doing 3 games literally in what? 7 days, right?
Yeah.
So,
and there's like a new little Spain-Sweden rivalry apparently growing. They've had some big matchups in Olympics, and I don't know if they met in Euros, but they are grouped together in this as well, and they are leading the group, so they're kind of the cream of those groups now.
Yeah, that's not a very good group, that Group B: Spain, Sweden, Kosovo, Greece, and Georgia.
Yeah, there's a few that are not so tough. Italy's group looks pretty smooth sailing for them, and Switzerland, they should both come out of there no issue.
Yeah.
France will hold down Group D.
Bosnia just has not been very good of late.
No, they used to be a pretty solid team, and they haven't. Ukraine has been, and Finland, don't sleep on Finland. They've only played 2 games. They've played less games than everybody else, and they got 2 points out of it. So they could sneak in there and be the second team out of there to get into that playoff.
Yeah, and it seems Group E is interesting. Belgium, Czech Republic, Wales. I don't know. Does the Welsh team underperform again like usual and probably not make it?
They seem to be trending that way.
The Czechs have more. I feel they're more on the upside.
Oh, absolutely, without a doubt. There's actually a lot of good games today. 2:45. Sweden and Spain do play each other in that group today at 2:45. All these we talk about streaming, and I sit there and I talk shit about Paramount, but I do have ESPN Plus,
man.
And they all are on ESPN Plus, so it is nice to have that one. I just didn't want to have to get another one to go with Peacock and this and that. So, but
we're going to be at an age where we're just downloading everything.
Yeah,
anything.
It is nice to have these games at my fingertips. So Iceland, Romania could be interesting. England again, Hungary. We said Belgium, Estonia. That could be a upset alert. Belgium in Estonia.
Estonia used to be all right.
Yeah. So all those are everything European related is 2:45 today. There was one already. Kosovo beat Georgia 1-0 on an own goal early in the game. And then all the CONCACAF stuff is tonight. The Canada game is 8:05 Eastern time. So you can catch that one leading up to the U.S. game. Panama, Costa Rica is at 9:05 Eastern. And then, like we said, Mexico, Jamaica, and the U.S. El Salvador are both 10 o'clockers.
I know. My family is pretty much, I'm like half Slovenian, so I somehow keep an eye out on them, even though they haven't made the World Cup since.
I remember you telling me this the one time.
Yeah. Whenever they were in, it was like USA, England, Slovenia in one group. And that was the Landon Donovan late goal that got the U.S. through to the knockouts and knocked Slovenia out.
Nice.
They're in the group with Croatia, Russia, Slovakia, and Slovenia. So that's like a crapshoot because Croatia's kind of been they tied Slovenia yesterday. No, they played Slovenia on Saturday. They tied Slovakia yesterday. And Russia's actually performing decently in this group, so
yeah, they're in the running. Looking at it, they're only separated by 3 points.
It's a long way to go, but
they got some tough sailing though. With Croatia's obviously super legit. Russia's been really good of lately, and Slovakia is not terrible. So they'll have a.
Yeah, you just can't. Slovenia lost to Cyprus. You just can't do that.
Oh, that's a killer.
That's a big time killer.
That's where Cyprus's one win comes from, huh?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that definitely hurts.
but
Damn.
that's all right. You know,
Fancy get
it's
a
a
fresh.
crapshoot out there with a very small nation again trying to get into another World Cup after being there in 2004.
I was gonna say, yeah, because I mean, we can. It, as you said in the beginning of the show, everybody in the world's playing right now. Like literally today, especially today's huge for the entire world. Like now, you got Cotton Bowl as well. Most notable game in that one, I guess, would be Chile, Brazil, Venezuela, Argentina. A couple good games there. A Uruguay side with like nobody because nobody's allowed to travel back to Peru or Uruguay right now. So unfortunately, they're missing like most of their squad. But Peru Uruguay should be a really good game. Peru's we know no lay down. Africa pretty much all played today. There are some at 3 p.m. Eastern time still in the African World qualifying as well. Also on ESPN Plus. So there's just everywhere. Asia's all played. There's some actually currently going on right now. Australia's up on China 2-0 right before the half. Kosovo. It looks like Kosovo and Vietnam.
Nice.
Is that Kosovo? It's crazy. So it's just everywhere. The entire world is. Oh no, that's Saudi Arabia. I'm sorry. Saudi Arabia is trailing Vietnam 1-0 right now. Like
it's a tough game.
Yeah, man. That's like literally a tough game.
I can't even imagine. But hey, again, you know, they're in it.
Japan got upset today. Oh, hold on, by Oman.
No.
Yeah, 1-0 at home. At Panasonic Stadium.
That's not good.
No, that's not good for the Japanese squad. So if you really love this game, you can watch. There's so much out there that you can watch. There's even college soccer on tonight.
Yeah, I mean it's that time of year, man. It's
this is our time.
This is the most beautiful time right now. The qualifying for the World Cup, man. We get spoiled by having the Euros last summer roll right into a World Cup year. Unheard of, but just with the pandemic, it's kind of, you know, it's great for us soccer fans, right? Just nonstop competitive matches.
Lord Walker. I didn't know if he was here or not. That's great.
I don't know. He kind of mushed him.
He mushed him. He said he wasn't. He would never do it to a. He would do it to a fellow countryman, but not to a fellow.
He would do it to a Dutch guy, but not to not a Scouse. But yeah, it's like we said, pretty busy time, man. It's again, it all starts today. This is it. This is our redemption time. Coming out, getting this first win, looking good. You know, maybe like a 4-0, 4-1 game, sitting nice. Get Canada at home. In Nash Vegas on Sunday.
I was gonna say, we might as well talk about that too because we're not gonna get an opportunity till it's over. So that's a big venue. That's a big deal.
Sold out, whatever the Titans Stadium is called these days, Nissan Stadium or whatever. Big time, man. This is it.
Yeah.
This is what this group has been looking forward to, and you know, the heartbreak of not making it last time around in 2018. And just looking forward to 2026 where we're hosting, where we get in automatically, but you don't want to, you know, back into a World Cup after not making it for back-to-back years. You want that to be on the upward slope, making it. And there's no excuse why we shouldn't. There's just not any excuse with the roster and the pool that we can have A squad, B squad, D squad, F squad, whatever you want to say. You know, we got the squad and the pool to do it, and we shouldn't have to rely on, you know, a late goal from whoever it was last time around to knock us out.
Yeah.
So you got to beat the teams like you're supposed to beat. Like last time around, you lose to Trinidad and Tobago, or you tied Trinidad when you shouldn't have tied or lost to them.
I know, but I'm trying to be the guy on social media that's actually positive for once, and I've been going after a lot of like the U.S. men's national team fans that are overreacting to like Pulisic not being in this game, and they're like, you can't, you know, we've seen this before, and I'm like, but we got to remember, this is a new core of players, and
Sure.
I definitely believe that there's a new set of leadership in this group. As much as we kill Berhalter, we have to recognize what he's accomplished recently and give credit where credit's due. And I think we got to not worry so much now about those things and know that we got that team to do it. It's so crazy how I'm looking here, and that 2-0 loss to Canada was on October 15th of 2019. How, like, it seems so recent, I guess, because it just was that, like, upsetting to us, and we thought we were so far past that and the way that team showed up and played. But even beyond, like, that team, we're so far past that team at this point right now that I think we all have to start to now really embrace it and just come with full positivity. And I know that's super hard to do. And every time we do that, I feel like we do get let down, but I'm trying not to think that way. I'm going into tonight at least with nothing but that, like, 100%. We're going to walk through this game for the most part and handle our business as we should, and all will be well, and then really buckle down for that Canada game.
I know. And I'm sorry, Dad, you know, it is. We're trying to get back to from not making it to 2018 and to get this good core of, you know, you want to say golden generation of U.S. soccer, men's soccer, to losing to Canada, no offense, to where we thought we were just the lowest of low. Like, we were supposed to be a nation that's going on the uptick, and that just felt like, you know, 1,000 pounds just fell on you after that result. But ever since that, they've kind of got their head out of their ass, and, you know, you go on to win the Nations League against Mexico. You beat Mexico again in the Gold Cup final. So it is, man. It's a big deal. You would understand if you were American that not making that World Cup was a huge just let the air right out of the stadium, whatever you want to say.
It does. It made everybody skeptics. It made everybody no longer trust the fact that we should be qualifying for these tournaments. And then just missing and then we got
how everybody in the U.S., big time soccer fan to, you know, the novice, you know, fan that's, you know, paying attention every once in a while, they got behind that 2014 team, and it was awesome to see. So you figured 2018 was just going to be that we're just going up.
Yeah, we were.
And then all of a sudden you don't make it, and then you lose to Canada, and you're just like, wow.
Oh, yeah, it was steamrolling. But then maybe that's what we needed. Like, I'm going back, look at that roster. Michael Bradley started that game in 2019. Michael Bradley was still getting caps in a Nations League game starting that game. Nick Lima got time in that game. Daniel Lovitz started that game at left back. Daniel Lovitz, like, he was our starting left back. I mean,
I blame Big Bruce, though, honestly, for the downfall of.
Yeah, we know what it was. And as much as Berhalter has stressed us out through this transition, and I can't believe, again, I'm still saying this, but I've always said, if he gave me a reason to speak good of him, I would, just like when he gave me a reason to speak poor of him. And right now, in the last, I'll go in a smaller window, 9 months, the guy has absolutely earned my trust. And let's just keep it going. I'm okay with it. I always said I would sacrifice my dislike for him being selected as the coach for U.S. success. And I would jump on the Greg Berhalter bandwagon if he brought the U.S. success. And he kind of got a little bit more open-minded and changed his ways. And it seems that he has, because we always said his player development was second to none. That was never a debate. We agreed on that. And we saw that in MLS for years. It wasn't about that. It was about bringing a winning culture to the soccer field and about winning games for the United States. And now he's doing that. So let's go.
I was going to say, it started out rough, and we gave a lot of shit towards Greg Berghalter. We didn't really feel like it was just, we wanted to get away from the Bruce Arena making all this, like, putting MLS players at top priority. Like, I understand what he's trying to do, but when you have your best players playing in Europe, I don't know why you don't pull from that pool and keep pulling the same guys from the MLS. That was his fault, and he's not here anymore. Greg's been smart, whether it's been the fact that we have more players going to Europe and getting that more, playing better competition like we called for a long time, or just his selection, or whether he, gets the guys up for games, or whatever the case may be. He's doing a good job. They just got to see it now. This is, I know I sound like a broken record, but it's nut up or shut up time. I said on Tuesday, like, this is where it counts. It starts tonight.
That's why I wanted that question on Tuesday's show, man. Got to get 3. We need 9. I really, really, with the home game against Canada in Nashville, we got to get 9. There's no excuse. Need 9 points this week.
And I think nothing less than 7 is acceptable.
I don't even want to say that. Yeah. We did say that. I mean, we did agree to that on Tuesday, but I don't even want to say that. The nice thing is,
it's a realistic thought, but
Well, we got these 2 games again tonight. You got the one 10:05. Everybody watch, support your team, find a way to watch it, and then again watch on Sunday night against Canada, big one, and then we'll be back on Tuesday, leading up to the Wednesday game with Honduras. Hopefully, talking really good things.
Hopefully we'll be very happy.
Sitting in great position with 6 points, knowing that we can play this Honduras team a little more aggressively down in Honduras. That would be nice. If you can get 6 before Honduras, then I feel like you can play a whole different type of game down there than maybe you could if you slip up somewhere along the way before that. So let's get these 2 move on.
We'll be flying our U.S. flags, hopefully, proudly, and talking how we're back. We're sitting top of the group, with a huge goal differential, and we're going into that Honduras match with our chests puffed out, ready to rock, thinking that, hey, 9, we're going 3 for 3 right now, and no question about it.
Yeah. And I'll take a 1-0 against Canada if it comes down to that. I'd prefer more than that. But I know that's kind of been our MO lately. But it's got to be more than a 1-0 against El Salvador tonight. You got to walk out of there.
Totally agree. And Canada, it's like, yes, they do have, I do like Davies is a fantastic player, no doubt. Jonathan David, fantastic player.
Yeah.
Kyle Larin, good player. But where you lie...
Good guys.
Defensively, I don't know. It's not the same.
No, we went through it, and we've talked about it with them, and they're a good team. They have probably, in Alphonso Davies, the best left back in the world when healthy. He's in the world 11, and Jonathan David is a good player, but as a whole, as a full team, 18 whatever guys, we are night and day still above them in talent. And I mean, that's to be expected, and that's okay. But we got to show up. That's most important. It's one thing to have it, but
some of those teams are trending down. Some of those teams are trending up. I think Mexico, granted, I'm not going to do a recency bias thing, but maybe they're starting to trend to, that core group in Mexico is getting a little older. We've beaten them twice now in big competitions. So,
and some of the guys that 10 years ago would a no-brainer just went and played for Mexico are now choosing us.
Right.
Or giving us first chance. And if they're not making our team, they're actually going to Mexico for an opportunity
when
to
it used
play.
to be the complete opposite.
Exactly. So
and Canada's not there yet. They're getting there. They're developing great players. Tajon Buchanan's a stud.
He is.
That's what the kind of guys like. They're going to get there. They're just not there. That's why
Lucas Cavallini's a good player. There's good players in that Canadian 11 and 18, but they're not.
You can say like Jonathan Osorio, like some of these guys have been around, but it's just.
I love Junior Hoylett.
He's been around forever. He's fantastic. But defensively, I'm not worried about Canada. They're not there yet. They're getting there. They're not there yet.
Yeah, agreed. And we're not even there yet. That was our big. Yeah, we're getting there. We're definitely getting there on the wing, without a doubt. We need to lock down that center. That's our
Achilles heel of most teams. And again, Canada, you start by having big players go overseas. You start seeing it little by little. Now Canada's starting to produce them, at will, and that's a great sign. Can't say that's not. Tougher competition, now Canada's not the cakewalk like Dan was saying that we would be. I guarantee it's not a cakewalk, Dan. I'd put all my shekels on that you would not beat us 2-3-0. That is not ever going to happen.
I was gonna say it might not be a pretty game, but we're getting a home win there. That's not even.
There you go. Lord Walker was mid-type before I even said that. And you got to think of, money, the currency exchange rate too.
Yeah. Or maybe he'll actually have to say something nice about the United States. I think that would kill him more than spending the money.
I don't think. Well, Dan's talking about things that don't really, matter.
Yeah. And
you have no right to talk like that since you're not an American. So don't come at me like that.
Yeah.
You sound like an American making everything political.
We should say hi to Evan, most likely in the shower as well. So
Dan's getting ready for Dan. Got me all fired up again. Evan's probably getting ready for work, but he's always listening.
He's ready for the game tonight, definitely. So
I'm excited. Dan can kick rocks, but I am excited. This is huge for us. Like
I said, honestly, and I don't want people to take this the wrong way, and you can clip and edit things and make it sound really bad, but literally the dream scenario is to just come out, balls to the wall, get that nice lead at halftime, and then be able to flip over and watch our competition and do a little scouting and watch that Mexico-Jamaica game, probably root for Jamaica in this one, and just know that this is smooth sailing and really prepare for that Sunday 8 o'clock Canada game like the U.S. team should be doing. That's what Pulisic's doing.
Oh,
Pulisic's just home.
He's ready.
We're not home, but he's probably just staying in Nashville. They got him in a nice little spot up in Nashville, eating some good barbecue, training, hanging out with his buddy Zack. I'm sure there's a few other guys around the facilities too. And it's a good thing. I'm glad that I was so happy when I saw that decision. I literally it made me thrilled and more of a Greg Berhalter fan when I saw they left them off. Oh, look at that deal.
A friendly.
You wait for Champions League 2020. Well, hello.
Does that count for this year?
2022. Nobody knows anymore.
The years are all screwed up.
Don't even put a year on it anymore. It should be current. This is just Champions League current.
Postponing everything from the year prior to now, and now screwing everything up.
Yeah, we have 2 Champions Leagues still going on in MLS or whatever that is, and Concacaf Champions League. That's coming up now too after this break.
Yeah, you should. Throw it into the Money Pop podcast. Throw down some money on the U.S.
Yes. we'll definitely plug the US. I'd like to see if there's like numbers and lines on. I know there will be. I'd like to see what comes out on that game. I'm sure it won't come out till after today's results. They got to see in case there's some weird upset or something like that. It would dramatically change some lines. So
yeah. Oh right, yeah.
Political spin this way, Israeli. Again, we're not even going to go there. We gave credit to your Israeli side, so I'm glad you're. May the Lord be with you and your Israeli team, and get you guys into the World Cup qualifying playoffs.
We need some new teams in the World
Cup.
Because
you're not taking off Denmark for the group. Let's be realistic. Even only 4 games into group play, but
Denmark's hot.
Denmark's ridiculously hot right now. So it's weird that it takes your captain getting a massive heart attack before a game to turn you into like the hottest team on the planet.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I did want to, before we get out of here, I just wanted to touch, obviously, with the transfer window kind of closing. Jerome Boateng, your boy, signing for Lyon.
Yeah, I saw that.
How about that?
I figured he was kind of out the door. That was the talks coming.
I think once they signed Meccano, that he was probably like, "Yeah, I'm done here."
Yeah, they should be an interesting team to watch. Lyon. They picked up Shaq. They picked up now with Jerome, so they're a fun watch. If I see them on somewhere and I can stream them or watch them, I definitely throw them on with those guys going there.
And what was the other one? Oh, Diego Rossi from LAFC is now on loan at Fenerbahce in Turkey. There you go, Dan. Nice.
Yeah, and we didn't get to talk about our boy Hoppe really either because it wasn't a done deal on the show, but he did make his move. So,
and Saul to Chelsea, not a big deal.
Yeah, no big deal. You know, just the best midfield in the world. Just added
stronger, baby.
One of the better midfielders in the world. Speaking of before calling people the best player in the world, I don't know if you guys saw this, Lord Walker, Adam, anybody else, the guys I tagged on Facebook, but did you guys happen to see the thing from the Charlotte FC team?
No.
So it was on Facebook. They have their own Facebook page now, the team, the Charlotte FC, and they were doing some promotions, getting ready before they're promoted into the MLS next season because they're still playing their current season now. And your boy Fuchs plays.
Christian
Fuchs plays for Charlotte FC, and he will be the headliner as they enter into the MLS.
Nice.
Now, Christian Fuchs is a nice soccer player. Christian Fuchs was he's Christian Fuchs. So the headline for them on their page was one of the best soccer players in the world. They headlined Christian Fuchs as one of the best soccer players in the world. And they got crushed, and I was one of them who crushed them. And this dude sat there and tried to defend it, and I feel like I might have made another enemy of new.
I would say you already got Cincinnati under your belt. Might as well roll with another city with a C.
But actually, I had a lot of their own fans on my side, and they were like, "Dude, this is why people aren't gonna follow our social media because you can't say that." And he's like, "Well, he did this in his career, and he did this. So if you took the amount of people in the world versus how many people, yeah." And he's like, versus how many other people actually play soccer, and he was trying to come up with this quadratic equation of people in the world versus soccer players, and how at the end of the day he's one of the best in the world. I'm like, come on, man!
Just say your social media guy doesn't know much about soccer and call it.
Yeah, somebody messed up. It's okay. Yeah, it's okay.
ESPN makes horrible mistakes every day.
When it comes to our sport, absolutely.
Correct.
Terrible mistakes. So this was just one that I tried to get all you guys included so you could see what happens, but That's how. Again, kids, be careful of the headlines you read because there's some little kid in Charlotte being like, "We got Christian Fuchs." But
even though he does have a great T-shirt line, no Fuchs given.
Yeah, no, he's a good dude. I'm not, and that's what I didn't want it to be. I didn't want it to sound like I was knocking him. Just it's not fair to put that headline out there. And yeah, there's the Lord Walker take, just like the guy. Yeah, I get it. Yes, but he's not. He's not. That's misleading.
It's a little misleading, and I would never have, even in his own prime, I would not put him in the top football
100
ever.
Not in the top 100 while in his prime. Sorry.
Tough.
But it's okay. We love Christian Fuchs.
Was that your red card on Charlotte FC?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I had to get that out because I didn't know if you guys saw it because I tagged all you guys.
I didn't. That's pretty funny. I can take a look at that. Yeah, before we leave, I'm going to go through my red card. And, ladies and gentlemen, today, for the first time on this show, 2 years running, I am giving myself a red card. I am sending myself off. And it is the reason I am wearing this jersey today. This is a Nottingham Forest jersey. If people do not know, the Nottingham Forest is a team in England. They play in the Championship, which is the second division. A short story on the backstory. My dad works with a guy who obviously lives in Nottingham, huge Nottingham Forest fan, him and his family. My dad became a fan, got me this jersey. So it was right after the pandemic break. All Nottingham Forest had to do to make the championship playoffs was I think they had to get 5 points out of maybe a possible 6 games. Not only did I wear that shirt right before that time, because I really thought they were going to make the playoffs. They were shoo-in. I was like, Forest, maybe they'll go up. Turns out Nottingham Forest pretty much loses almost every game of that 6-game stretch. On the last day, they couldn't lose by more than, I think, 3 goals, and they would still have been safe. That's how much they were ahead of Swansea City at the time. Of course, on the last day, Judgment Day, they lose like 4-1 or 5-2, and Swansea City ends up jumping them, and Swansea ends up getting that 6th spot to get into that championship playoff. And to the day, Nottingham Forest has been terrible. Currently in the championship table, they are sitting in last place with 1 point, with a negative, I think, 7 or 6 goal differential.
5 games in.
5 games in. I just want to say to the people of Nottingham, I'm so sorry for mushing your team. It's not my best look. I apologize, but I want to give you just a motivational speech and say that I remember as a Dortmund fan, Jurgen Klopp, I know that's going to give a lot of people boners on this show. Jurgen Klopp last season at Dortmund, way more games in the season. We were sitting in relegation, if people remember, calling for Jurgen Klopp's head, like, why is he still the coach? We're literally sitting in last place or second to last place, probably like 20 games into the season. And somehow we got out of that and we stayed up. Don't give up, Nottingham. That's all I got to say. Do not give up. You're only 5 games in. We're going to get out of this. And the Tricky Trees will be a dynamic team going forward.
And there's Adam getting the blood off his hands if Nottingham Forest continues and gets relegated.
I'm wiping my sins clean. I'm hoping to get a clean start and unmush myself. And after this international break, Nottingham Forest will go on a fantastic run and make the championship playoff.
Well, maybe if they start playing their new goalkeeper,
maybe an American, maybe a nice keeper,
and get him off the bench, maybe that'll help him end this losing skid. So that would be nice to see.
Oh yeah, And they got, like Lord Walker said, I love very cool historic history. Yep. They were at one point. I feel bad. I had to get that off my chest and wipe the hands clean and just say it's going to be okay, guys. And I hope you guys will take me back because I'm still on board, even though you're sitting in last place with 1 point.
Oh, man. Horvath was the goalkeeper when they lost the Carabao Cup game to the Wolves 4-0, though. So, even though he hasn't played in league play.
That's okay. We're going to be back. But yeah, thank you for everybody for tuning in, and thank you for hearing myself and my diatribe. So yeah, big game tonight. Again, Dan, Redemption Tour. Here it is. The start, 10 o'clock, Paramount Plus, CBS Sports Network. USA, we're back. We're the gold standard now, baby. This is it.
Root for Honduras.
Yeah.
And root for Honduras.
So we'll see you guys on Tuesday. Hopefully we'll be waving our American flags proudly and saying that USA soccer is officially back, and only the train. It's going up.
Yeah, we got to get that clipped and send that to Nottingham Forest social media too.
I will. Please, if Jake could be on that and send that little clip. That'd be awesome. But
yeah, man.
Thank you guys again for tuning in to our shenanigans. Again, always just insane amount of soccer to talk about in 1 hour. So we appreciate you bearing with us. I've seen our views are on the higher end today. So I hope you guys, first timers that have, never tuned in before, will come back Tuesdays, 2 Eastern time here in the States. So we appreciate you guys.
Let's go.
And we'll see you guys on Tuesday.
USA, baby. Love you, man.